Sagittarius, how you doing? What's going on? Happy birthday to all of you who are having your birthday between the 17th or the 18th and the 21st of December. Happy birthday to you. A bit of a tower moment at the start of this new year. Oof. Things are really rocking and rolling. This week we've got an eclipse reading as well. Solstice reading this week, and it's all about the underlining energies basically, and it's like a message for the undercurrents of the world at the moment, which you could be. It could help you out, I think, enormously in your life, and on your relationship side, there's a transitional learning process that you're going through at the moment. I know. Yes, we all thought it was the end of being squeezed by life, but this appears to be in your past, and it's now you've got to implement it in a very different way as you go forward in your relationships. Okay, on your financial side, being a little bit more sort of astute, I think, with what you do in your way of your resources and stuff like that. It's also, for you to define your direction. And yeah, there's a fly in the ointment. Sagittarius, what is going on with you people? I know 2023 was a pretty hard year actually for most people, although you're just going into 2023 according to the Astroflower, because your year starts from your birthday. So, and for anyone born in the northern hemisphere, it's the beginning of the year at the winter solstice. Anyone in the southern hemisphere, it's the beginning of the summer solstice or the winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. So there's overlapping things. So basically, 2023 was really about sort of like getting all the nitty gritty out of life, squeezing that sort of, getting the last drop of juice, as painful it may well be at times, but getting that last drop of juice out of life, so you learn a lot and you can really make some good progressions. So that's it's. You are the captain of your ship here, really, a real captain of your ship, if you so choose to be. On your overall energies, you've got the tower moment. And I think this tower moment, and it appears to be, this is how it's been working in a lot of signs, this tower moment seems to be something about you. It's coming, I think it's a tower moment within you. It's, it's like... you spent your life believing in peace, love and happiness, and you're realising that the rest of the world is on a very much more sort of material path. And if you want that peace, love and happiness, you've got to confront that material side of life. And it's that realisation within oneself of sort of saying, the dispelling of your illusions. And that's on both sides, on your relationship side, but also on your financial side, on your money side. On your relationship side, you get this new start. This is your karmic start. This is your new year, Sagittarius. If you haven't seen your New Year gift, which I did a yearly reading for Sagittarius. Go and have a look at it. I'll link it at the end of this reading. Yeah, and it's all about this new cycle, this new year within you. And within your relationships, I think this new cycle here is you're getting the first glimpses of believing in love again. And it's a conceptual thing rather than an actual feeling thing. I think it's much more conceptual than it is actually sort of feeling. On the universe is giving you the Five of Wands. You've also got the Five of Swords on your connection to your past, to your future. So I think this is using and I think the universe is trying to help you as much as your guides here, using a lot of things that you have accomplished or a lot of things that you've learned basically over the past year, and using it to serve you for your greater good, and also for the greater good. And this here is I think you learn how to fight for your spirit this year. If you understand what I mean, fight for your emotions, fight for your, yeah, this is my life. I want to live it, and this is the joy I want out of my life. I feel you've had to. There's been an inner fight within you, because it's coming in from the universe. I don't think the universe, you're picking a fight with the universe. You could well be, because sometimes, when it's really not working, sometimes you look up to the sky and you sort of say, really? Really? Can I not claim a point of order here? Sort of scenario. So yeah, I can understand that there might be moments when you fought against universe and sort of saying, I can't believe this. But it's also that it's just a reflection of us. And that's that inner fight I think you've been confronting in your past. And it's from that inner fight, once the fight is done and you realise it's you just beating yourself up, you actually go into a point where you start disconnecting yourself. That's that person there. Sorry, can you see them? That person there is a disconnecting their fire with the situation, with a conflictual dimension that they had before within them, and is now freeing them up and allowing them to be the best example of themselves. And I think this internal conflict, and this is why I think it's internal, because it comes on this petal here, which is connecting how your guides connect on the longer term plan, on the super subconscious level, connecting with your coincidences that you have with the world that is around you. And that's that internal fight that when it's finished, or an argument with oneself, and when you finish with it, you haven't really won anything. And I think that's what that's all about. It seems like there's a process of healing going on here. There's a process of healing going on here, and he's carrying two swords on their shoulder there, and that's a choice that they've made to lay down his sword, and that choice has also been with the world around you, and this is why it's from both sides, within you and within the universe itself, and with your connection with your guides and everything like that. It's been a conflict that hasn't really served you a great deal. You would have learned a lot from it, but I think more than anything else, you would have learned maybe that fighting against energy, yourself, your karmic path is not a good idea. And the thing now that's blowing through you, so this is what you're building towards. This is your sort of thing that's egging you on, as it were, within your guides of how they're trying to help you. And this is where you got the Page of Pentacles. So I think within the relationships around you, you may have been tussling with ideas and with how you sit with other people or with another person, and it just hasn't sat right, and it's been conflictual, or like a power game in a way with another person. And it's not nasty at all, but it's just nature in itself. Now, as this is the case here with the Knight of Pentacles, that field in the background there needs planting with those lovely seeds that you've got. And I think it's now you're encouraging yourself to walk away from this side of things and walk towards something that is a lot more productive in your life. Okay? And the overall outcome is the Page of Cups. Either you're thinking about someone or someone's thinking about you. And I think it stimulates, I think once you get on and start doing the work and planting the seeds, you may find that you're actually thinking about one person in particular a lot. And that may be a good clue to about where you should be going in regards to your love. It's also, which I think more of, is a case of you are rediscovering the wonders of life. The wondrous idea of kind of going, wow, life is amazing. It's really hard sometimes and it hurts, yes, but then we tend to be hurting ourselves the half the time. But actually, it's absolutely amazing. And we look at that fish in that cup and we sort of say, there's no way that fish can live in that cup. There's not enough water. And so it's a miracle. It's the idea that kind of going, wow, how does that fish? Wow, this is amazing. It's like Buddha realizing that actually his spirit doesn't actually need anything from the material world to exist. His body does, but his spirit doesn't. He only needs prana energy, and that's that sort of, I think that's the sort of understanding you're coming to, and that ties in with that tower moment. That's the understanding you should be coming to this week. And it will free you up and allow you to actually engage with the relationships in a much, much more fulfilling and rewarding way. Okay, on your financial side, you've got the Four of Pentacles on your karmic path. Holding on to something too tightly, it's very possible. With that Eight of Swords that's running through you at the moment. It may be harping after a dream or an idea that that you thought you might have wanted and stuff like that, or just realizing that you've been holding on too tightly, which has allowed you less flexibility within your world. Therefore, it's entrapped you in the end. That's one aspect of it. There is another aspect of it in which I would lean towards. I'd lean towards. There you go. And that is that whole idea of being very conscious about where you put your time, effort, money, energy into the physical world in order to manifest what you so desire out of life. And you've got to be realistic. If you haven't got a job and you got zero money, and then kind of sort of saying, I want a Ferrari. There's a lot of things that need to change in order to get towards that Ferrari. You need to win the lottery. Something extraordinary needs to happen. And that's not going to happen it's only going to happen for a very, very, very small number of people. And this is what here is sort of kind of saying, with your time, because that's what you could have if you've got no money at all, but your time is an asset. Your understanding, your knowledge is an asset. Yeah, your energy, your force, your presence, your physical presence is an asset. None of that has involved money here. It's just the way in which you engage each level of the connection with the material world around you will bring you the results. And the universe here is sort of, and I think this ties into this here. It could be something that's happening around you that's making you take a particular direction. And it's a direction that is beneficial for you really in the longer term run. And the universe is trying to encourage you to see that. So it may encourage it through coincidences that are around you. And this is emotionally detached sort of scenario. This is very physical. And from your past, you have the Seven of Cups. I think you've been following something that has been like equivalent to an evident plan, a direction that's almost preordained for you. And that's where the universe is coming in, sort of saying, if you start applying yourself and really fine-tuning how you invest in your outcome, that divine path that you're on could be, sculpted by the choice of how you engage with life. And a good combination between the two will bring out in you a very positive, very confident direction in the future. You may not see it though at the moment, and it may take a bit of a tower moment in order to get your backside moving. And obviously the universe sort of encouraging you to take it. If you take that path, the universe will back you up. If you don't take that path, you're probably going to feel very stuck. If you take that path, I think all of a sudden things are going to start opening up for you. And as they do open up for you, you are going to own your path going forward. That's what the overall outcome is. And as you own your path going forward, you're going to be in a situation where you're going to be very passionate about it. And that passion is going to drive you on. Drive you eventually to a position that is in alignment with your desires. Okay. We're doing. I've got those solstice readings coming out. We're going to be clarifying with the Light Seers card. Funny enough, the Eight of Swords is at the bottom. Let it be your past. Don't be trapped. So we've got those solstice readings coming out, and then between Christmas or the between the 27th and the 30th, during the solstice period, because I'm calling it the solstice period rather than. Because everyone's taking down Christmas trees and kind of go, you can't celebrate, that's really, and I kind of go, well, I'm just going to go for solstice. Because that's a physical event that no one can get around. It's just a mechanical thing in the celestial sky. So I'm going for solstice. And I'm going to be doing between the 27th and the 30th of December, I'm going to be doing live yearly readings for each sign. And if you want to ask a question about any of the petals that are coming up, any of the cards that are coming up for your yearly reading, you're going to need to be subscribed and click that bell, so then you can get this. You can ask questions according to your own personal response for you going forward for your coming year. Okay, there's loads of links in the description below to book up a reading with myself, or to even buy us a cup of coffee. Whatever it is. Just the support you give to this channel is brilliant and absolute. You can do that through YouTube, multiple ways of doing that. And I really do hope it helps you to confront the energy, these readings. The Tower moment. Three of Pentacles. Three of Diamonds. Three of Pentacles. Okay, this is good quality work. I think you can. This good realization here from the past on your relationship side, that there, and I think the realization of the direction that you should be taking in order to free yourself up, is that good quality work that energy is recognized that you have put in place. And because you've put it in place, you will receive not necessarily the benefits, but energy will be helping you. And this is energy coming back into your life. And it's very good for networking and socializing and stuff like that at the moment, in that week there, just before Christmas. All those Christmas parties and everything like that, I think it will help you out in the way of work and also in your relationship side. With the with the World card, a whole new cycle. Five of Pentacles. So we've now got on the relationship side, we've got Five of Wands, Five of Swords, now the Five of Pentacles. It is a transitional sort of thing. It is a learning process you're going through. And this learning process here is it's all to do with our it's making your weaknesses stronger by reigniting that belief in life. And when you do, you're going to banish all those weaknesses. Well, not banish them, but you're going to make those weaknesses very easy to deal with, which is that internal conflict. And when you do get a grip of that, and it's on your karmic path to get a grip of that, when you get a grip of that, I think it's going to help you enormously. Being the best example of yourself is a beautiful offering that the universe is trying to bring into you in a way of an understanding for you to be your higher self. I think you're offering yourself this page of this Knight of Cups. You're offering this beautiful cup, this beautiful opportunity within your life, within the world that is around you. It's a bit of a tower moment, but it's also that good quality work that you're doing. And I think self-recognition is a good thing. It's not a case of, self-righteousness. It's not that. It's actually recognizing, kind of going, do you know what? I'm actually really proud of myself. I'm proud. Strength. That inner conflict has built that strength and that courage in you in order to go ahead and start activating that work, working on that sort of longer term relationships, that engagement in a physical sense with relationships that are around you. It's also sort of like calming those doubts and that conflict that you've had within you to a stage where it doesn't, it's all about learning about that, about your weaknesses in a way. And that's going to build a lot of strength within you to go forward and to sort of let those sort of like, those doubts within you just fade away. What's that song? Fade Away. I can't, an old rock and roll song. Fade Away. Fade Away. I think I heard a, what's his name? With the glasses. Buddy Holly version of it. Fade Away. Fade Out. Oh, it could be a Blondie now. Anyway. Stop, I'll be on music all night. Okay, so yeah, so let those sort of doubts like fade away. Maybe those doubts come into the idea of kind of going, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. That's what I'm sort of getting, and it seems to be tentative sort of planting of seeds, kind of going, oh, I'm not sure if this is correct or not. You're not going to know until you plant them. And that's going to bring that whole confidence to the surface. It's going to reignite that idea of loving life. And when you can love life, this is when you can love your partner or yourself. And I think this is what this week is doing for you. It's starting this whole process of falling in love again. I've got another song that's coming to my mind now. Falling in Love. I don't know what it is, but I can't sing at the moment. Just loads of lovely music coming out. Okay, with the Page of Cups, you get the Eight of Cups. Walking away and allowing your curiosity. That is curious. Look, he's looking into that cup and curious how that fish managed to be living. And this card here is walking away from that eclipse which is going on in theory behind it, which the earth is eclipsing, walking towards their sunshine, walking towards their happiness. And I think this is what the moon is doing there for you. It's eclipsing it as well, in a sense that you've got to be curious that the sun is just over the horizon to start walking towards it. And I think this is where you're going to start doing that this week. Your curiosity will overcome all your conflicts, your inner conflicts, and it's going to allow you to love and be in love. You know, could you be loved, oh now, and be loved? Bob Marley, fantastic. Yeah, you can be. Four of Pentacles, you get the Ten of Cups, happiness after difficulty. Also seeing the reality for what it is. And this is what's going to make you happy and sort of confident in your life is doing things that actually give you good results. And I think once you start streamlining how you invest your time, money and effort into the world that is around you, then all of a sudden you're going to see the sunshine after the rain. That's another song, I know. But it's like walking through the rain, kind of going, oh man, life is so hard. And you come out the other side and you kind of go, wow, in the sunshine. And you turn around and you see that rainbow that's behind you, that is behind, it's between the sun, you, rainbow cloud. And it's just seeing that through that difficulty, there is a lot of happiness to be had. And I think this ties into that Eight of Swords, which is in your presence, that's calling you through at the moment, which you should be going towards. Choosing that path with the Queen of Swords, you get the Page of Swords. Exploring and a Page of Swords. Exploring the intellectual, mental stimulation of what you do in your workspace will be the driving force that's going to free you up and allow you to live passionately going forward. There's a lot of mental sort of like intuition energy going on your workspace at the moment. And it should be orientated towards your passion and your happiness, basically. And allowing those ideas from the coincidences around you to actually bear fruit. you've been planning a pathway that has been evident for you for some time, and you've now got to apply it in the world. And that's what I think you're having difficulty in doing, is applying your perception of how to work, how with your job, your business and your projects, whatever you're doing, how to apply your perception of what should be happening in the world around you. And it's quite difficult because it seems obvious to you. But what it does need is a bit more planning. It also needs movement, going after it, rather than sitting there and waiting for it to happen. It's planning, yes, I think, but there is a case of during that planning, there's movement to go and see things, see what works, see what doesn't work. There's a degree of that as well. It's all very well knowing the plan, it's then implementing it. And that's what it seems like there at the moment. Eight of Swords with the Devil. Okay? Devil is a Capricorn card, and we're moving into Capricorn that week, and it's just the sign after you. And I think what it's doing is, I think Capricorn is bringing a bit of that tower moment into your life. It's the devil that's sort of like, you know, it's sort of like teasing you in a way, playing with you in a way, a little bit. It's the devil's in the detail here, and I think maybe you're getting too obsessive about certain little things this week. Be careful of being obsessive about little things that are distracting you. I think that's what the role is here. And I think sometimes we almost sort of say, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm the devil card, as it were, I know as well that sometimes in my life, I've looked at my life and I'm kind of going, I couldn't get that because I didn't have that and everything like that. And then afterwards, after a while in retrospection, you kind of think, I was making up excuses, I think. And, there is a bit of that. There isn't a procrastination or, that sort of thing, or, tanking, sort of scenario there. And you've got nothing to tank about, man. Just go out there and do it. Just go out there and do it. And then you can use your passion. Then the other side of this is using your obstination, your obsession with a situation in order to free yourself up. And that's when you can really start opening those doors to that King of Wands, because that's where you should be going. And that's that tower moment as well that comes in, that frees you up, that pushes you out the door, that makes you go after it and go after your passions. And you get the Seven of Wands. So this side is about fives. This side seems to be more about sort of sevens more than anything else. Although we've got the Five of Swords again there. But anyway, it's a real transition for you. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is, look at this person here. What did I talk about? Building confidence and courage and everything like that. That's what you're doing with the Seven of Wands. That's what you're building up with this King of Wands here. That's what you need to be doing. Believing in yourself. And I think that ties in with your relationship side as well. But in your financial side, if you really want to free yourself up and get things progressing forward, you've got to believe in yourself. You've got to have that conviction within you. And the conviction comes through ideas and you taking that direction, and what actually makes you feel happy by spending the least amount of energy, time, money, effort. And I'm not saying, don't put any time and effort into anything, but when you put your effort into it, make sure you're putting it into the right areas. That's what I'm sort of saying. And here you're breaking away. You're breaking from that restriction that you might have had over the past year, because you are following your pathway and you're living it. And once you start rolling, it's going to go so beautifully. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens on your solstice reading, and also in your yearly reading, because I think there's a lot to come out of this after the solstice period, or of the end of December. So there you go, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for being here with us. Really do appreciate it. I hope you get the best out of all of these readings. And your support for this channel is absolutely beautiful to see. I will see you soon in wherever those sort of places that may be about. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.